not choosing a niche, na hindi mo kailangan pumili ng niche, and a lot of people will shout na hindi, kailangan mo ng niche. But I'm here to tell you na no, hindi mo kailangan ng niche, but you... Hey beautiful people! This is the first episode of Go Sparkle, the holding space for multi-potentialite creatives like me and you. But hold on, kung hindi ka creative, kung hindi ka multi-potentialite, you feel that you can't relate, just sit back. You might learn a thing or two, and you might be interested in knowing more about what multi-potentialites are. Now, speaking of multi-potentialites, it's really basic to know what that term means. Dahil when you put two and two together, multi-potentialite, maraming potentials. But simply speaking, multi-potentialites are people who are interested in a lot of things. And of all the people I know, only a handful are like fully committed na, yeah, I'm a multi-potentialite. And if... Wait lang. Wala pang intro. Cue intro! If you're like me, I started to struggle with this when I was young. It was not an easy thing to embrace, most especially in our culture here in the Philippines. Dahil, as I've observed and I've experienced, marami sa atin, well, most of us, are focused on building people who are specialists. Doctors, engineers, architects, lawyers. And well, all of those are really good, and I have known a lot of people who are thriving in those careers. There are people like me who grew up thinking that there was really something wrong with us dahil I can't really wrap around my head into doing one thing for the rest of my life. And if you are a person who sees yourself doing one thing for the rest of your life, I'm really happy for you. I'm really amazed, to be honest, whenever I see people who are like that. Pero I just would like to share with you the other side of the fence. People like me who cannot imagine myself sitting in one job for the rest of my life. So, this show, Go Sparkle, is for the people like me, multi-potentialite creative Filipinas and Filipinos, wherever you are. And I would like to be that voice that tells my younger self that, Joy, it's alright. Okay lang, walang mali sa'yo. You're not a bad person for not being able to choose one specific path. And it's totally fine if you don't know where to go. When I was younger, I really had no one to turn to. Dahil hindi naman talaga ganun ka widely accepted. Not just accepted, it was not really talked about. Wala talagang usap about pursuing multiple passions. Siguro dalawa, like Noni Zuniga. Well, si Daddy, kasi he wants me to see that opportunity and the possibility of becoming a singer and a doctor as well. That's the first brush of the topic, and I think that was the last thing or the last opportunity for us to talk about multi-potentialities or multi-potentialites. So when I was growing up, most especially sa career, one of the biggest proof is my resume. So when I apply for jobs, medyo awkward when I have to explain why there's no skip, but why I keep on changing career paths. And I really don't know what to say sa mga HR managers. So when I got the chance to be an HR manager, I interviewed a little bit differently, and I had that compassion for people like me. Going back to our story, the show is focused on tapping people and making sure that the conversation is normalized. Unlike before na hindi ganun kadali to talk about not choosing a niche, na hindi mo kailangan pumili ng niche, and a lot of people will shout na hindi, kailangan mo ng niche. But I'm here to tell you na no, hindi mo kailangan ng niche, but you have to discover what are your potentials, what are your interests, and you build from that. And that's what I have been doing for the past years. most especially when I discovered coaching. This is not something that I chose to do just because it was uso. I chose to be a coach because I knew deep down that I am meant to become a coach. And I'm really grateful that I had the opportunity to be certified as a life coach. And it has led me to beautiful discoveries about myself, most especially when I was coached as well and mentored by one of the best global master coaches here in the Philippines. So this passion project of mine is something that I would like to invite you to join me in the following episodes. Since this is just the first episode, I just want to break into the conversation and tell you guys, if you are a multi-potentialite, come join me. Sama kayo sa conversation. You can drop me a note so I can ask you to hop in on one of the calls that I will be doing in the following episodes, because this is going to be not just about me, because multi-potentialites are out there. Akala nyo lang wala. We are many. So I would like to invite you that if you want to share your multi-potentialite story with me, I would be really excited to read about your story or hear about your story so we can share it with more multi-potentialites like you and me. So ladies, friends, wonderful and beautiful people, this is the start of a beautiful journey with the multi-potentialite creative Filipinas and Filipinos all over the world. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have to choose, because you can be everything that you wanted to be. You can do everything that you love to do. And for me, that's the secret to a happy and meaningful life, doing what we love most. I'm a firm believer that if you don't pursue the things that you love, you are doing a big injustice to the world. You are taking away from all of us the gift that you could have given. And I don't want to be selfish. I want to do this because I want to share with you guys the gift that I was given. And this is me showing up for the multi-potentialite creatives like me. Are you excited? Ako rin, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family. So please do me a very beautiful and meaningful favor by subscribing to this YouTube channel so you can help me reach more multi-potentialite creative Filipinas out there. So I can tell them that they can continue doing what they love most, because that is the ultimate way for them to #sparkle within. Thanks everyone, and until the next video. Bye!